Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Today I am going to talk to you about the Viltrox 27mm f1.2 lens for Fujifilm X-mount systems. Now I have to tell you obviously that Viltrox sent me this lens, however there's no money involved and they have no idea what I'm about to say in this video or the accompanying review, which I will link to below on my F16 website, where you can see the high-res images and all of the other good stuff that goes with this lens. So let's just dig in. We're going to go through a whole load of images, and basically I'm just going to talk about this lens. So the Viltrox 27mm 1.2 greets you with confidence as soon as you hold it. The build quality is exemplary, I'd say. A robust metal barrel that reassures you of its durability. The weight and size are notably balanced, ensuring the lens feels substantial but not unwieldy. Now, the aspect is crucial. That aspect is crucial in wedding photography, where equipment needs to be withstanding long hours and diverse environments. Now, I was pleased that it was a weather-sealed lens because this particular wedding was on Guy Fawkes Night in the United Kingdom, and the weather was brutal, as it often is at this time of the year. It passed with flying colours, didn't let a single drop affect its performance, as you would expect. The aperture ring is really beautiful to use. It's got a real nice tactile feel to it and just works perfectly well. Now, for autofocus, this is crucially what people are interested in, I think, especially at that f1.2 aperture. Missing a moment is not really an option in wedding photography, as you know. The autofocus capability of a lens is thus very paramount. I'd say the 27mm, Viltrox 27mm autofocus system blends a good sense of speed and very good accuracy. Its ability to swiftly lock onto subjects, the emotional exchange of vows, or the energetic dance floor, for example, it's pretty commendable actually. Its performance was particularly noteworthy, I think, in low light conditions, such as the dimly lit reception hall that we often get here in the United Kingdom. Now, a very quick mention of the editing of these images. These are all edited with my brand new Film Edition 3, which was released just about 2 weeks ago in November 2023. You can get a 10% discount. First 100 people will get a 10% discount using the code Viltrox27, and my new filters and presets and profiles have a unique set of utilities, AI utilities, a whole load of beautiful filmmaker black and white and color presets. I'll link to them directly below, and you can buy either the color, the monochrome, or you can buy both at a discount buying the Complete Collection 2023 Film Edition 3. Now, a lot of people will be thinking, okay, it's an f1.2 lens, there's not that many of them in the Fujifilm ecosystem. So compared to the Fujifilm 56mm f1.2, the Mark II lens at least, focus acquisition on this 27mm Viltrox, I think has a marginally lower hit rate, especially in low light. It's not dramatic and it's hard to notice. You know, I would happily rely on this Viltrox lens, especially given the budget and differences between the two lenses. The autofocus motors is very silent. It's a feature that I think deserves special mention, actually, because, you know, during solemn moments like the speeches or quiet ceremonies, the last thing a photographer wants is the distracting sound of a lens hunting for focus. Nobody wants that. The Viltrox lens operates with discretion. You know, it's almost imperceptible, the presence of it, and allowed me to blend in to the background to capture candid moments unobtrusively. Very, very important as a documentary wedding photographer. Okay, so delving into the core of the lens, image quality, this Viltrox 27mm, it did impress me actually. The sharpness it delivered at f1.2 is excellent. The lens's ability to resolve fine details is a testament to its optical design, I think. It strikes an admirable balance between sharpness and character. The quality of the bokeh, blurriness, whatever you want to call it, is really nice. The autofocus areas are rendered in a charming, creamy way. Smooth transitions and a pleasing aesthetic that adds excellent quality to portraits, street photography, wedding photography, all of that good stuff. you know, that characteristic, of course, is beneficial in isolating subjects from busy backgrounds, a common challenge in wedding photography. Now, I've been using mainly the 18mm f1.4, the Fujifilm version, and I noticed the difference in this immediately. So whilst I still love and adore the 18mm f1.4, and I will continue to use that, using this 27mm does immediately give you that extra bokeh, that extra blurriness that you might be interested in when you're shooting. Color rendition is another 40 of this lens. Of course, you know, it produces vibrant and true colors, but of course that's partly and mostly in fact down to the sensor. I was using this on the Fujifilm X-T5, and you know, it was excellent. I'm more than happy with the images. The lens, I think, handled chromatic aberrations really well, minimal signs even in high contrast scenarios. I'd say there's marginal vignetting present at wide apertures. But it's easily correctable in Lightroom these days. Perhaps in some cases adds the artistic feel of the image. For a very, very heavy backlit subjects, I noticed a small amount of fringing, but again, nothing too dramatic, I have to say. Now, the 27mm focal length on an APS-C sensor equates to roughly 40mm in full frame terms. That carves out a unique niche in the Fujifilm lens market. This focal length is versatile for wedding photography. It's wide enough to capture the grandeur of a venue or a group shot if you so wish, but also sufficiently tight for portraits if you're doing those as well. Okay, technically it weighs 440 grams, filter size is 62mm, minimum aperture f1.2, maximum aperture f16, or actually, I should say that the other way around, of course. Minimum aperture f16, maximum aperture f1.2. Understand your apertures, folks. Now, there is 11 elements in 9 groups, and that might just seem like numbers to you, but actually tells a story of the lens that's crafted for versatility and performance, I think. The wide f1.2 aperture is the show's star with this lens, offering really good low light capabilities and depth of field control. The optical design ensures that the images are sharp and aberrations are well controlled, I think. And now the 9-blade diaphragm contributes to the aesthetically pleasing bokeh, of course, making it an excellent lens for creative portrait work, which I did actually use in the studio. Now, what you have to think about with studio work with this lens, I only tested it with my daughter. At this 27mm, 40mm full frame equivalent, you do need to get the sweet spot right when you're shooting a portrait. Too close, and it's going to make the people have larger noses, big foreheads, all of that kind of stuff. Too far away, you might not have enough environmental structure to the picture, so you do need to find that sweet spot with it. But I think it's a really nice portrait lens, especially for those people who are shooting in natural light or available light and want to use that f1.2 aperture. It's a good choice. It's a good choice. Now, the f1.2 aperture of this lens is, I'd say, pretty much a gateway to creative possibilities. In Fujifilm lenses, only the 56 1.2 and the 50mm 1.0 rival this aperture size. The wide aperture is crucial for capturing low light performance, depth of field control. As I said earlier, from dimly lit churches, softly illuminated reception venues, f1.2 aperture is going to allow you to get crisp and clear images without resorting to too high ISO. And that obviously ultimately is why a lot of people will be driven to this Viltrox lens. Now, when we think about size, the Viltrox 27mm does bring a lot of benefits. Its weight and size are aspects to consider, however. It weighs in at 440 grams, which is heavier than the 405 grams of the 56mm 1.2 from Fujifilm. I'm willing to make that trade-off, though, because of the difference in budget and the benefits it brings. So ultimately, if you are looking for something in that 40mm full frame range, then this is pretty much your only choice if you want a super fast aperture. If you are deciding between the 56 1.2 and this 40mm 1.2 from Viltrox, and budget isn't an option, isn't a consideration, lucky you, then, you know, do think about the size and the weight, and obviously the difference between that 40 and 56mm aperture will, focal length, will make somewhat of a difference. In practice, I found the weight a non-issue, though, especially considering the balance it offered on my X-T5. You know, it's noticeable, but not to the point of discomfort at all. It's definitely easier to shoot with than the 50mm f1 from Fujifilm, which is an admirable lens also, but much bigger, much heavier. So this 27mm f1.2 from Viltrox, I think, in terms of weight and size, yes, it's a consideration, but no, it shouldn't really stop you being too much of a user of the lens. The focus ring is smooth. I do a lot of manual focusing when I'm shooting, and it was absolutely beautiful. There was absolutely no problems whatsoever with that. You know, I'm constantly on the move at weddings, capturing moments from, you know, various angles, perspectives. Lens handling was superb, no real issues with the weight. Focusing was nice. Pretty much everything about it is brilliant. There's no real drama whatsoever with this lens as far as I can tell. Now, while my focus of this little chat has been on wedding photography, a little bit on portraits, you know, this Viltrox lens, it's going to extend way beyond wedding photography. It's got a really natural perspective, and I think it would be a great choice for street photography, documentary photography. Its wide aperture and compact design are going to be pretty advantageous for those people who are looking for that type of photography. Now, as I've said before, and I've created an entire video about this, why the 18mm f1.4 from Fujifilm changed the way I shoot, and will this lens change my beloved 18:56 combination ratio? The fact is, no, it won't. I will still be remaining with the 18:56mm combination, and that's partly down to the fact that the X-T5 now has this super 40 megapixel sensor. So with that 18mm lens, I can zoom in and do all of the good thing I need to do in terms of cropping. I feel like 18mm is my perfect viewpoint. However, this 40mm lens will certainly be coming with me to every single wedding, because there is a place for it for me as a documentary wedding photographer. Now for you, a lot of people find the 18mm a little bit too wide. A lot of people find the 23mm a little bit too boring. So this might be perfect. 40mm APS-C focal range, f1.2. If you're a photographer, especially a street photographer who likes that middle ground, wedding photographer who likes to do portraits, creative portraits, likes to get that pop out of an image, probably the 40mm from Viltrox is going to be a really good thing for you to look at, I would say. So, you know, ultimately, I would say that the Viltrox Pro AF 27mm f1.2 X-mount, I love the names they give these things, it's a pretty remarkable lens actually. You know, when you think about the budget, fast aperture, versatile focal length, really solid build quality, which is super important. And I think it's a really good lens. It strikes a perfect balance between technical prowess and creative flexibility even. And I think, yeah, you know what, if budget is an issue and you want a smaller, medium-sized lens in terms of focal range, then you really do need to be looking at this Viltrox lens. I think it's excellent, and it will definitely be in my camera bag going forward, as long as Viltrox don't ask for it back.